Welcome back guys, been a couple of weeks since my last video and truth be told, I was going to talk about this one last week, but I kind of just wanted to sit on this one for a little while. That's right, I watched Darren Aronofsky's The Whale. Brendan Fraser plays Charlie, a morbidly obese English teacher who finds himself wanting to reconnect with his daughter, played by Sadie after having not been around for most of her life growing up. I'll aim to keep this review as spoiler free as possible, but my God, this one really came along like a freight train of emotions. This is a drama tackling two very difficult topics: depression that evolves into an addiction to eating and the guilt of a broken family. And putting the gravity of this topic to the side for the moment, this movie is an incredible piece of acting. Brendan Fraser hasn't outright been off the screens completely, but hasn't really had the attention he deserves either. He puts 100% into this role to prove how powerful his acting capabilities really are. Most of us will remember him from roles in the 90s such as The Mummy, George of the Jungle and Airheads, very light-hearted comedic roles. Here he's going full flip in a role designed to show you the dark depths of depression but also the redemption of reconnecting with family. He's been nominated for Best Actor at the Oscars this year, and for me, I wouldn't complain one bit if he won it. Props to the makeup department here as well too, because through this insane bodysuit he's just transformed completely and you just believe it. Watching him struggle to stand up or giving into the gluttony and shoving down 20 chocolate bars, it just felt so real and made me want to look the other way. But his character, Charlie, is also just filled with positivity and earnest that you want nothing but the best for him. And director Darren Aronofsky does so well to have this cycle feed off each other, seeing not what you wish could happen for him, but the reality that's right in front of him. Having seen other films from the director such as Black Swan, The Wrestler and Mother, it's no surprise how uncomfortable he can make you. Most of us have had elements of a body image problem. You see yourself and wish anything was different. I can definitely admit that I've been victim to that too. Yep, that's me in the video, and no, I haven't stopped doing in-person videos because of reasons like this. It's definitely more that I'm just being too lazy to get my ass on camera currently. But to witness this person be the embodiment of that dread, that worry in the back of your head, and just seeing how self-destructive he is to himself but also those around him, honestly made for a really tough watch. There's plenty of times throughout here where the power combination of writing and Brendan Fraser's incredible acting had me tearing. Not just Brendan Fraser either, because he's surrounded by amazing talent. Sadie brings the best in her too to portray a daughter filled with such anger and pessimism. It's a dynamic role that balances out the slow pace of her father, and the conversations between these two characters are the biggest part of this film, and it works so well. Chau is Charlie's best friend slash nurse and also brings along a lot of different emotions to the table as well. She's been nominated for Best Supporting Actress, and again, I think rightly so. And the other great surprise here was Simpkins as our door-knocking preacher, the same Simpkins who played the kid in Iron Man 3, and seeing him grown up now, God, that just makes me feel so old. This is also a film set entirely within the confinements of a small apartment. We're limited to the places that Charlie can go, and in enhancing that feeling, The Whale is presented in a different format with a screen ratio of 1.33:1, a frame that's nearly a square on all sides. It just doubles down on that feeling of isolation, but the set of this living room is done so well, where conversations can still take place from many different perspectives, which means that a lack of scenery change never becomes a bore. Pacing wise, I think it's pretty solid here too. New revelations come at the right times to consistently build on the story. However, we're tunneled into a certain ending which I'm not sure I was entirely sold on, stopping dead on this huge crescendo where I think the slower, subtler moments were the standouts for me. Speaking of crescendos, music in here is also incredible and definitely deserves a mention as it further stabs you in the heart emotionally but also tries to tie all the scenes together. On a separate note before finishing up, if you're watching a movie like this and it gets you down, or just in general you're feeling low and don't feel comfortable sharing that with anyone around you, please don't think that you're out of options. Samaritans, for those in the UK, offer a free phone line that you can call at any point anonymously and talk through all the thoughts that you're having, and I'd 100% recommend using them. If you're in the US, you can use this number that I'm going to write down below. But yeah, that's it for me here today guys. The Whale was definitely one of the more impactful films that I saw in the last 12 months, and if you're comfortable sitting through these topics, you'll get to see some incredible performances across the cast in a setting I've not really seen before. I'd recommend checking it out, especially if you're curious about the Oscars, which is coming around the corner shortly, in which there's a few nominations for this. If you've seen it already, I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments below, and if you found this video helpful, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe and all that stuff, and stay tuned for more reviews on movies, anime and video games. Until next time guys, take care. Bye bye.